Hello and welcome on 360 Sport on Trust TV. I am Adeni Ajishafe. As we speak right now, Team Nigeria, the under-18 and under-20 handball teams, they are already in Côte d'Ivoire as they file out against other countries in the qualifier for the IHF Trophy 2022, where they are trying to see how they can qualify for that particular event. If they are able to make it, they will be participating over there in Congo, Brazzaville for this year event. Well, right now, they are trying to fight for qualifiers. Let's look at the final team list. Nigeria under-18 handball final team list. Let's look at the team list right now coming from the Handball Federation of Nigeria. Karima Jibike of Tuge Marine, Kuti Korade, you have Tuge Marine, you have Mukiala Fuad, who also play for Tuge Marine, Lawal Tahir, Correctional Boys, Mustafa Ishiaka, Sokoto Rima, Mustafa Mohammed, Conference Stars, Shagari John of Sokoto Rima, Maniru Dahiru, Safety Shooters, Ojolu Agbenga of Ajija Handball Club. You have Suleiman Aziz Olaiton to Jemari and Oluwatobiloba Abode, who plays for Lagos Seasiders. Farouk Karim to Jemarin, Faluki Christian, and Obabori Samuel. The three of them also play for Jemarin. You have the officials. Head coach is Sunamani Emeka, and you have assistant coach Ayo Joshua. While we still look at the under-18 now, because two teams are there. We have under-18 and under-20. We have 16 here. Suraj Abubakar, that's Sokoto Rima goalkeeper. You have Yusuf Solomon, Kano Pillars left back. Salami Damilari play for Jija AC, who's a centre back. Ahmed Abubakar, left wing for Sokoto Rima. Christopher Sufeme, Yobe right, he plays in the left wing. Oguzo Kwadewale, right back, defense shooters. You have Amuson Adeniji to the Marine right wing. Kasim Yazid, who play for Niger United, who is a left and right back. Issa Unzawa, Rima, Sokoto Rima there, right and left back. Kende Abdugafar, Confluence Stars centre back. Okwobina, who play for Confluence Stars. Goalkeeper, Akinla Diayomide to the Marine centre back. Abubakar Abdurrahman, who play for Sokoto Rima as a pivot. You have Nwodo Chibuzo John, Kano Pillar centre back. They are being coached by Coach Fidelis Obi and Coach Abdurrashid Abdusalam, who will be supporting or assisting him there. Good one. The two teams are right now in Côte d'Ivoire, precisely in Abidjan, where they'll be fighting against other countries in the that is the IHF International Handball Trophy that will be coming up in Côte d'Ivoire. Now we have two groups there. Let's look at the groups now. Group in IHF Trophy, African Zone 3 under-18. Group A, you have Nigeria, Benin Republic, Togo, and Liberia. In Group B, you have Côte d'Ivoire, Ghana, and Niger Republic under-18 African Zone 3. This is the last qualifier that will be coming up in Group A and B for the under-18. Nigeria alongside Benin Republic, Togo, and Liberia. Let's look at the groups in IHF Group under-20. Group A, you have Côte d'Ivoire, the host nation, Benin Republic, Burkina Faso, Liberia. And in Group B, you have Nigeria, Ghana, Togo, and Niger Republic. They will all be slugging out in that particular encounter, and we hope that they will qualify. Talking about the under-20 and also the under-18 handball team for male representing Nigeria in this qualifier there. Well, I have in the studio Alawale Peters, who right now will be doing justice to all the story we have for you in this particular edition. Good to have you.
It's my pleasure to be back to Studio. Good evening.
Our boys, they are already in Côte d'Ivoire. They'll be fighting hard to see how they can qualify.
Yeah, yes, like you rightly put, fighting hard because there's no pushover when it comes to the game of sport again in Africa. And if you look at all the countries we are playing with, they are our rivals. In terms of football, table tennis, any sport at all, they are our rivals also. But for the under-20, I'm very happy that we are not in the same group with the host nation. Because when you are playing in the same group with the host nation, you have that disadvantage. Take it or you leave it.
The support alone is massive.
The support will be very massive. The confidence will be massive. So we don't have that one. So I think we've done justice to it. And what do I mean? If you look at the team, it is made of Team Nigeria. It is only in sport, like we do normally say, that it's a game of sport that unites everybody together in the country. It is when there is a game of sport, either handball, volleyball, football, or whatever, that we see ourselves as one Nigeria. If you look at the team list again, you'll see that people from across the geopolitical zone form that team. That is what we want to see in our country. Not a situation whereby they'll be looking at names, looking at faces, looking at people before they select who represent us. The glory is coming to Nigeria. is coming to the country. The glory is not going to an individual. So if you can remove this unnecessary sentiment when it comes to selection or picking the right people to do the job, I think we will go very, very, very far. So I'm very confident about the boys that they will go there and make us proud so that they can qualify for the bigger event in Congo.
Good one there. Let's see them qualifying for the bigger event in Congo, December 12th to 18th. Congo Brazzaville is the place. If they are able to scale through this in Africa, and we believe in our boys under 18, under 20, trying to fight hard to see how they can qualify there at the IHF Trophy in 2022, Côte d'Ivoire. Well, right now, let's leave handball now. Let's talk about tennis. A man that has really dominated tennis when it comes to this particular sport. Novak Djokovic right now claims 6 ATP finals title against Kasper Ruud of Norway. Good one for Novak. Really, he has done well. You have really, if you look at his record, about 65 titles that he has actually achieved so far. When you look at the record of Novak, you just have to be, at times, you feel envious of his career. He has done so well. He has he made sure the dominance of Roger Federer, the dominance of Rafael Nadal, he broke it. He got closer. He got so close that, in fact, to some extent right now, a lot of achievements of Roger Federer, this man called Novak Djokovic turned it. The achievement of Rafael Nadal, he also came. It was between the two before he came, and just step by step, he started climbing, and before you know it, he became the rival that you can no longer trim out. And right now, Novak is really one of the 3 forces to be reckoned when it comes to tennis.
Is he not tired of winning trophy? That's the question. He's not tired of
he wants to win more.
Winning and winning and winning. So it's a very good thing, and the game of sport should be competitive. It shouldn't be you all alone. And just like you said, that it came in between
Rafael Nadal
and Rafael Nadal. That is what is expected, so that you will not take it as your birthright. And let me just go there. You see a lot of surprises. I mean, a lot of surprises in the game of even table tennis. Some people that you are not expecting to win either the single or double. Look at the Williams sister. Look at what happens to them also. Look at Federer also sometimes ago. The same thing happens to him. So I think it's a very good thing. And maintaining success is always very difficult. So I'm very sure he's training and retraining and retraining and re-strategizing to be sure that he wants to leave the stage by, having a record that will take years to come before someone can break that record. So a very good one. I'm not surprised. That's the truth. He deserves it, he prepared for it, and he got it.
He deserved it, prepared for it, and actually got it. Talking about Novak Djokovic, the Serb right now, who is really doing well when it comes to the sport of tennis. He has won over at least 65 titles to his own record. Good one there. He's really celebrating. Just recently over there in Turin, in Italy, he was able to defeat Kasper Ruud there. He was able to win that game 7-5. And just have to appreciate the fact that he did so well. Talking about Novak, who really won't stop trying to add more feathers to his cap. Well, Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal, even though it seems as if one way or the other they are relaxing, but really Novak will never ever give up. He wants to win more, and he keeps getting closer, trying to break all the records that they've set when it comes to this sport of tennis. And you just have to appreciate what he has done, coming as an underdog between the 2 R players, Rafael and Roger. But around the man with the S, the N rather, has shown that yes, it can be done by anyone. If you believe in yourself, you can always get it done. Novak Djokovic, world star when it comes to tennis there. And now let's go to football. Well, despite the fact that World Cup is ongoing, a lot of transfer gossip here and there, clubs still want to at least pursue some players. But as we speak, there are some clubs that are really watching some players at the World Cup, their performance. They've even sent scouts to check on these players. Let's start with Liverpool. Liverpool are monitoring England's Declan Rice at the World Cup. They want to see how they can go for Declan if everything goes well. Talking about the Cups or the Reds, how they call them.
I don't understand. Someone that is playing at their backyard in England, Premier League, so they have to go the way to Qatar to
they want to use that to assess him.
They want to use that one to assess him.
Yes.
So sincerely,
because after the World Cup, immediately by January there will be a transfer window. So they are trying to use that to assess him. Plus the one they've done in the Premier League.
I'm sure what they are doing right now, it's window shopping, like I call it. You don't see a big transfer during the January transfer. Sincerely, whatever they want to do will be at the end of the season, but it's something that they will start right now. The first step is to have an agreement, verbally, undocumented, personal, with the player. So once that is done, if the player is okay, we've seen many cases that the players will be the one to force their transfer to a certain
Of
certain
course,
club.
not forgetting Osasio
Not forgetting Lescott also.
Yes.
When he wanted to leave Everton to Manchester City, we've seen a lot of that. I think that is what they are doing now. And looking at Liverpool, do they really need Declan Rice? I would say yes, because they are two midfielders, regular midfielders. I'm talking about Fabio and Thiago. Currently, they are injury prone.
Very injury prone.
Very injury prone, and that is really, really, really affecting their team right now. So it's a way that they want to build up their team. I think it's a very good one if they can. It's all about money, and you know what it takes. If you want to buy English player, you have to pay for it. You can recall vividly how much Manchester United pay for Harry Maguire.
Even Grealish.
Grealish, we know how much Man City
Pay for him
also. So I remember Theo Walcott also. We know how much they paid for him. So if you are buying a British player, be expecting a bogus amount to pay.
The hype amount.
No, exactly, the hype amount. But he is a very good player that can fit into their team. It's a good one.
But really, when it comes to football, you just have to appreciate the fact that the likes of Declan Rice have been outstanding for their club and also country right now. Well, Liverpool are trying to see how they can get him. If everything goes well there, the Cubs, the team that never walk alone, are looking at Declan Rice to come out some sparks to the midfield of Liverpool. Now, talking about some transfer story or gossip, Newcastle United will target Juventus striker Dusan Vlahovic if they qualify for Champions League. Well, as you don't know how Juventus want to release this striker, but well, money speaks now. At times, you just can't believe at some players that could move. Newcastle, if they qualify for Champions League, they want to go for Dusan.
Okay, I like that clause, if they
qualify for Champions League.
But I think that's not the right move. Honestly, you need a team that you need to build with. You don't need to get a team for a particular competition. Now look at this the Newcastle team right now. For the past 2 years, they've been very fantastic. As in very fantastic. And they've been very consistent. Look at where they are now. On the table now, they are doing very, very well. So you don't need to bring someone only if they call. Are you telling me that the striker that you have currently now, they don't have what it takes to deliver, to play if you qualify for the Champions League? Are you saying that the players that made it possible for you to qualify for the Champions League, when it is now time for Champions League, you now bring someone? I think you shouldn't start creating a dressing room problem, though it is a transfer rumor or gossip. But I think if they want him, they should get him to be part of the team from day one, have an issue, not be waiting to qualify for Champions League before you can. Is it Champions League material alone? No, it's not Champions League material alone. So I think they should just try and make sure that they get a good signing that will not come and break him, because if you see that team currently, they are a team to watch in Premier League, sincerely. Their team spirit, the way they work together, the teamwork, the way they play massive defense, massive attack. You see everybody covering up for everybody. So you don't need to have a situation whereby you say, okay, don't worry, they've bought him now. With that money, come, you pay for you work for your money. So they don't need to allow that to happen. I think they should just trade with care, continue the good work they are doing.
Well, let's see that if Newcastle actually qualify for UEFA Champions League, they will be going for Vlahovic of Juventus. Let's wait and see. Maybe that will be actually seeing the light of the day. Now, still talking about some stories now. It's always very juicy. When you hear this kind of story, you feel like, well, will it be happening? Well, now let's talk about another one. PSG, they are scout as we speak already. They are over there at the World Cup trying to scout Arsenal Brazilian forward Gabriel Martinelli. Martinelli has been a player that has done well for Arsenal and also is doing well for Brazil right now, and they are the World Cup. Now they have to send scouts. Somebody was saying money talks now. They have the money to fly to Brazil to watch this player. So PSG are trying to see if they can get Martinelli to their, at least over there in France. If everything goes well, they want to watch his performance at the World Cup before they'll make a move. Okay,
I think the influence of Neymar can assist them in making the deal a reality, because the Brazilians, they have a way of convincing themselves that come and
play here. It's a nice place.
It's a nice place. You'll be at home. I'm there. So that is an advantage. However, Arsenal, that we are seeing currently now, or the elephant Arsenal that we don't know how they got to the first position.
My goodness, I will not take this.
That we don't know how they got to the position.
I saw that particular picture. I was laughing. I was like, what kind of imagination is it that they put elephant on top of a tree? How did the elephant get there? We don't know.
But how the elephant will come down? So where they are currently now, I don't think they need any distraction from any of their stars. The like of Bukayo Saka, Martinelli, Gabriel, Jesus, they don't want anybody to distract them. Their focus now is to see if they can repeat what happened in 2002, 2003. I'm not talking about being invisible. I'm talking about winning the Premier League this time. So I think all these talks will distract the players. They will not get the best out of him. And another reason why I think Martinelli will leave Arsenal is if truly they win the Premier League this season.
There will be so many clubs coming.
They qualify for the Champions League also. And if they didn't win the Premier League also, if they qualify for the Champions League also, he has made the name. What they are looking for is money. And don't forget, Arsenal, they are very, very business-minded. When it comes to money...
After all, they know they can easily get another Brazilian.
They can easily get another Brazilian. Just go to the Flamengo or go to Corinthians, look for someone they will pay like 20 or 30% of what they got from Martinelli. And say, don't worry. You know, when we bought Martinelli, nobody knows him. Look at him right now. We can make you a star also, and that is something that everybody will look towards to. So I think in a way, in both ways, it will be a win-win situation for both the Martinelli, the Arsenal, and the PSG also. But I don't see any deal happening in January. If it's going to happen, it will be at the end of the season, when the elephant Arsenal will be back from their tree.
Oh my goodness, I hope Arsenal fan can just reply to this. There's no elephant there. They actually, they climbed that tree and they are ready to go places. Well, let's see what's going to be happening by the time EPL resumes in January. If Arsenal will keep on with the momentum they have right now, their players are also at the World Cup. The likes of Martinelli, Gabriel, Jesus are all there to see what they can offer at the World Cup for the Samba boys. Now, the FIFA 2022 World Cup is still ongoing and matches have been played. But right now, can you believe it that despite the fact that FIFA never expected, due to maybe weather conditions, all that, really they sold so many tickets. FIFA 2022 World Cup, nearly 3 million World Cup tickets have been sold so far, coming from FIFA. The last one, what they sold was far lesser, but now they got, even though the World Cup is just starting, they've sold nearly 3 million tickets.
Okay, I'm not surprised, honestly. When you spend
$29 billion
to host a World Cup, that's like cumulative of what other countries have spent for the past 20 years, and you spent it at a go. People want to come and see your country. People want to come and see what you have, what makes it special. People want to come and see a stadium that AC is controlling the heat. People
a stadium that is movable.
It's movable, that is collapsible. People want to come and see what you've invested. It's part of tourism. So that is why I'm not surprised about the tickets. Then also, from the sales of the tickets, you have almost 37% of the tickets being bought by the Qatarians themselves. They have the highest, about 37%, then followed by
USA,
the United States of America. And I'm like, okay, so the relationship between US and Qatar goes beyond security and whatever. Even in football and tourism also, they are still shaking hands. So they feel more comfortable going to Qatar because they know they provide most of the security architecture for them. So they feel safer. And US, once they know they are safe somewhere, they will go, they move in. Then also Saudi Arabia also, they did something fantastic. I read yesterday that they are providing a free transportation for their citizen that wants to go to Qatar to watch the World Cup. Free transportation and free accommodation. So what do you
just expect? To at least make sure they have a nice time.
In fact, United Arab Emirates that did not qualify for the World Cup, their citizens are among the top 10 that bought the ticket. So like we do normally say, and what we need to do in this country, we have to see sports as business. It's not only about fitness.
Okay, someone actually, before we go to the studio, someone was saying maybe we should get a private jet for us to go to, you know, if only Nigeria didn't qualify.
It would have been a very good thing to see a collapsible stadium.
Oh,
it would have been a very good thing to see an AC.
And all the techs that will be at the stadium.
There. Yes, it's very nice. People going there, they are going there for tourism, they are going there to make history. This is going to be the first time that World Cup will be hosting in the Arab nation, just like we had in Africa in 2010. A lot of people also came because they've not been to Africa before. They're like, oh, South African, we've had a lot about them, about the apartheid, what happened to them. Let's use that opportunity to go there.
And I love the fact that they did not disappoint the world. You know, they were really prepared. 2010 World Cup, really very remarkable. If you still remember Vuvuzela, at least that particular trumpet alone, African trumpet, South Africa really showed their class by proving to the world that, yes, they were right for that particular slot.
They were really right for that spot, and also they have a lot of tourist center. And I recall vividly during that time, they said the number of people that visited Robben Island, where they imprisoned Mandela was just too much. A lot of people going to Soweto also to see his hometown. So a lot of, apart from you going to watch the ball, you have a lot of tourist attraction that is historical that people want to witness. The same thing is happening in Qatar also. It's a very good one, and that is why we say sport unite everybody together, and that is why FIFA, they are doing this to make sure that they are uniting everybody together. Look at the opening ceremony. Look at the opening ceremony.
Fantastic opening ceremony.
Very, very, very fantastic. So that is what sport is all about, to unite us together, and also don't forget the business side
part of it.
Well,
we've always been talking about that. Sport is always business. We don't understand that, but really, if you look deep, if we are to harness what it takes to run sport in Nigeria, sport will really turn to business. Do you know that has been appropriately decimated, that sport can take care of at least 25 billion naira if everything goes well in Nigeria? If you are to assess sport very well, whatever you study, you can use to work in the sports sector, because it's there to at least give you that opportunity, that platform for you to showcase your talent. Well, sport really is an avenue to also make peace, avenue to bring everyone together. It doesn't have to do with discrimination or racism. You just have to come together as one. Always fight hard to make sure you get there. For athletes out there who are really fighting hard to participate in any other sport they find themselves, we say kudos to you. It's not easy to do it, but continue to believe in yourself. You can never tell who you are going to become. We've been having a wonderful time with Olale Peters in the studio, but before I will wrap it up, this World Cup so far, which team, all the games played so far, which game do you enjoy most so far?
Okay, Netherlands, Senegal.
Fantastic game. And the worst?
Sorry?
The worst game so far for you?
Yeah, and that's England, Iran.
You didn't expect that? You didn't expect that score line?
No, I didn't expect the woto that the Iranian.
Oh my goodness, that what came in Nigerian slang there, woto. Well, 6-2 it ended for England against Iran. They were defeated, woto there. Well, we just hope that maybe woto will get into another English dictionary.
Definitely.
Who knows? Really, a lot of coin language coming from Africa, or especially Nigeria. We are very, very good at coining those words. But right now, we've been looking at the World Cup, and really it's getting very interesting day by day. And now let the game continue to at least unfold. Let's continue to see those. After all, if Eagles are not going, let's enjoy some other African countries: Ghana, Senegal, Tunisia, Morocco, and Cameroon. That will be it on 360 Sport with Olale Peters. Thank you very much.
It's my pleasure being here, Adeniyi.
I am Adeniyi Ajishafe. Thanks for watching.